Hi tutor, I'm Mahir, and in this task I'll show you how I used inheritance to model animals, how virtual and override changes behavior, a new chain method called move, and the birds family method design, and a exercise to show method overloading. So let's start with it. So my project has one entry point called zoo park with inheritance.cs, as you can see on my screen, to avoid multiple main errors. Each file is a class. Animal with inheritance is the base class. Feline and bird are intermediate parents. Tiger, lion, wolf, eagle, and penguin are concrete subclasses. So let's move on with our first inheritance class called animal with inheritance.cs. This base class holds all the shared state, name, diet, location, weight, age, and color. As you can see over here, they're private and they are private and for encapsulation. The constructor sets them. I expose generic behaviors as virtual, so subclasses can specialize, as you can see it on my screen. And moving next, I also have a helper over here. So generally, base data, and if we add default behavior with it, it results in the reusable pattern. So now let's just quickly move on to the intermediate parents. For that, the first thing I have is the feline file. So as you can see over here, the feline inherits animal and it adds species and overrides sleep method once for all cats, as you can see over here. Now if any, say feline, tiger or lion, gets the cat nap sleep without duplicating the code. The next intermediate parents that we have is the bird class. As you can see on the screen, I've opened it. So as you can see over here, the bird inherit the bird inherits the animal and which adds species and wingspan. The birds share two things, which is the first lay egg, which is a concrete method, and the other one is in introduced method here as virtual. So different birds can customize it. As you can see over here, I do not put fly method on animal because only birds can fly, and I keep the message generic here, so the subclass provide the exact behavior. Now next we have the concrete subclasses. The first one I want to show is the tiger class. So as you can see over here, the tiger inherits from the feline, which reuses the feline dot sleep method and overrides what's unique to a tiger, as you can see over here. So um, next one we will be moving on to the lion class over here. So lion is another feline with its own values, as you can see over here. Sorry, yes. And the other one that we have is the wolf class. So what for the wolf? So wolf inherits directly from the animal. So sleep method falls back to the base, as you can see over here. The wolf inherits from the animal and it falls back to the sleep method, as we can see over here, falls back to the base. And moving on next, we have the eagle class. So eagle is a bird and it overrides fly and move and can lay egg from the bird. So the lay egg class um, can call from the bird class, as you can see, as I showed just over here. So the next one we have the penguin subclass. So yep. So in this case, the penguin class demonstrate the polymorphism, same as a fly method name, but with the different results, as you can see over here. So next we will be just moving on to the our main base class, zoo with inheritance.cs. So Introducing this file, this file has the only main. So I constructed one of each type and then call methods in theme group so we can see inheritance and overrides in action. So in this file, constructors show constructor chaining via base in each subclass. The order of call mirrors the marking guide, print details, compare, make noise, show subclass overrides, eat, sleep, bird specific, and the new move method behavior. So I will just highlight a few calls while I'm going through this. For example, um, over here, and I end the console with the console.read key method to match the press and key pause. So I'll just quickly run this code. Yeah, so looking at the code, we have the first line, few lines actually over here. These are detailed lines that come from the pin details, the same method for all animals. Sorry, and it is a reusable, and it has been reused. And the other half, we have the tiger versus class make noise method, which shows the override versus base default, the subclass override for noise, um, which shows wolf howl, eagle whistle, and the lion roar. The next one we have the eat behavior function, which mixes subclass overrides and the base default. The next one we have the sleep method behavior, which shows the feline.sleep once and base sleep method for wolf and animal. The next one we have the bird specific that shows the lay egg, eagles fly, and penguins cannot fly. That's a runtime polymorphism through a virtual method on bird. And the last one we have the move method behavior, which shows the new base virtual overridden differently per class. So this demonstrates the inheritance, which is reused in the code, and the polymorphism, the same call different runtime behavior, and encapsulation, which are the private fields, and constructor chaining with the base. So in task sheet we have the overloading meaning exercise, and on my screen I'll just open up that one out. So yes, on the screen we have a small file or region with the two methods and two calls, as you can see over here. So this is generally the method for overloading, which has the same name as you can see over here, but it has a different signatures. So at compile time, the C hash language picks the correct one based on the parameter list. I call it once with a single string and once with string and the other time with the integer, so both versions can run. And to show that, I'll just run this code. Yes. So one time, the, this block runs out and it prints the name Tony. The next time, this block runs out, so this method, um, so it prints out the name and the age. So here we can see this is the block of the code that mainly printed out the names and the age of person named Tony. So yes, this was all about my demonstration for the 5.1p. I hope it matches the expected outputs that was expected from my side. Thank you very much for watching out my video.